Good morning, children. Today I will explain you decimals. Decimals are also called decimal fractions. So, we will deal today chapter 6. Chapter name is decimals and it is my first video. In this I will show you place value chart of decimal numbers, or I can say it as decimal place value chart. Okay, so here what do we do? First I will explain you that just like in your Indian place value system, what do we used to say? Ones period is there, tens period is there, hundreds period is there, and after that 1000 period, 10,000 period, lakh period, like this we had so many periods. But what we have observed in that system, that each period is increased by the next higher period by 10 times. Suppose its value is 1, then it will be 10 times more than 1. So it is 10. And if it is 10, the next period is 10 times more than 10, that is 100. And like that, 10 times more than 100 is 1000, and 10,000 periods per we have learnt. But when we are moving towards right, can we say that 100 is decreased by 10 times? Obviously yes. 100 divided by 10 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 1 divided by 10, then what it will be? Then it will be 1 by 10, and that period is called tenths period, not tenths period. It is T-N-T-H-S, tenths period. And 10 times is, if we divide 1 by 10 means 10 times less, then we will get hundredths period, 1 by 100. And similarly, if we divide 1 by 10 by 100, we will get 1 by 1000, and that is the value of thousands period. So each period is decreased by 10 times. Okay. So this part, this part, the whole part, we are writing here, it is whole part. Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000. But after whole part, decimal parts are there. Decimal parts. In decimal part and whole part, how do we give any separation? For that we give decimal point. This point is called decimal point. Okay. So by this decimal point, we can separate the whole part as well as decimal part. For example, I am asking about 1/10. So how do we represent 1/10? Suppose one chocolate bar is there, not very beautiful, I have read. One chocolate bar is there, and I have to write 1/10 of this, or I have to show. Then what do? I make 10 equal parts of this. 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 part, 6 part, 7 part, 8 part, 9, 10 parts. And out of 10, I take 1 part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I have made. And out of 10, I am taking 1 part. This is shown as 1 by 10. So, we can write 1 by 10 in decimal. How? Can we write it? Can we write? No. Yes. What? Can we write 1 by 10 in decimal? Yes. Whenever the denominator is 10 or 100 or 1000 or 10,000, we can write a fraction in decimal. Okay. And if it is not 10, we have to change it into 10, 100, 1000. So the decimal we can write now in this way. Since whole part is nothing here, it is less than 1. So we will write 0 and then 0 point. Since 10th place after decimal 10th place comes, and at 10th place what is there? 1. So we will write 1. Now if it is 3 by 100, then what will you write? For 3 by 100, how will you write decimal? For that, what do? We write no whole part is there, so we will write 0 whole part. Decimal is there to separate, so we will separate using decimal, and then we will see, is there any 10th part? No 10th part, so we will write at 10th part 0. Is there any 100th part in this side? Yes, 3 by 100 is there. Means out of 100, 3 we have taken. So we will write 3. It means no whole part is there, no 10th part is there, only out of 100 we have got 3 parts. 100 parts we have made of a one whole, and then we take 3. So this way we write decimals. Now how do we read decimals? For that I will show you one more thing. How do we read decimal? For reading decimal, naming decimal, if you note it down first, all of you note it down in a copy. Now, naming. First is 7.45 I have written. We will read it as 7.45. 7.45. Now suppose I am writing 12.12. Can we read it as 12.12? No. What will we read? 12.12. 1, 2. Not 45 or 12 we are reading it. Take care. Decimal part we are reading each digit. In decimal part, whenever we have to name it, whole part we will read. If it is 7, 7. If it is 12, 12. If it is 1000, we will write 1000. But in decimal part, we have to take care that 4 and 5, don't tell it as 45, or 1, 2, don't tell it as 12. We will write 1, 2 because it is not a whole number that we are telling it 12 or 45. It is decimal part. 1/10th is there and 1/100th is there. Similarly, if we have to write expanded form of any decimal, what do? We just do one thing. In expanded form, we do, first we check whole part and we write its place value. So here, suppose I am changing the digit as 2. So it's 27.45. Now 2. What is the place value of 2? 20. What is the place value of 7? 7. Then point. For point, don't write any place value. For point, no need to write any place value. Leave it. It is just to separate whole part and decimal part. Part we are separating using decimal. So 20 plus 7. Now decimal part first is 10th place and here 4 is there. So we can write 4 by 10 and second is 5. So we can write 5 by, and second number is at 100th place. So we will write 5 by 100, and it can be written as like this also. One more method is there, way is there. We can write is 4 by 10 can be written as 0.1. No whole part is there. Point is separating the decimal part and 10th place has 4 values. So we will write 0.4. 0.4. Next 5 by 100 is there. So we will write it as 0. No whole part is there. No 10th part is there. So after decimal we will write 0. And at 100th place 5 is there. So we will write 5. So this way we expand the decimal numbers. Thank you.